Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine and taking care of yourself as well as your parents too. So I hope students you all are watching our videos, all these videos and getting benefited from these videos. So in my previous video, I have already started explaining about the Neolithic Age. So as I started explaining about the Neolithic Age, I explained about farming and herding during the Neolithic Age, and after that I explained about the implications, and then I explained about the polished tools that during the Neolithic Age man he started using the tools that were made of the harder stone, and not only that he also started polishing the edge, the sharp part of the tool for making it sharper. And then I explained about pot making. That means now man learned to make pots to store the surplus grains. First he started making the baskets, but he found that these baskets were not enough to store water and liquid and milk, because these items needed the baked pots. So now after that he started making the clay pots and then started baking these pots. So these pots were useful for even storing the liquid items. So now today I am just going to explain about the invention of the wheel. So all these points I am going to explain, and I will start from invention of the wheel. So the wheel was a remarkable invention of Neolithic man. He might have got the idea while rolling the logs of wood. So this wheel improved transportation as well as quickened the pace of development. And now man learned the different uses of wheel. He started using wheel for making bullock carts as well as horse cart, and started using these bullock carts and horse carts to carry load. And after that he used wheel for making pots, and then he used these wheels for weaving, for spinning thread. This led to weaving as well as of making clothes. So in this way we can say that wheel had changed man's life a lot. It brought remarkable changes in man's life. After that, my next point here is community life. So in community life, as with the advent of agriculture, now man settled down permanently and started living in villages. So in these villages, houses were closely built, and these houses, these villages were surrounded by the fence of prickly bushes as well as the mud walls to protect the village from the wild animals' attack. Not only that, now the concept of family came into being. So all the members of all the families in the village, they all were closely related, and these all families share the same customs, same customs, beliefs as well as the methods of worship. And these families, gradually all these villages turned into tribes. So during the Neolithic Age, the Neolithic people, they carried out many activities, and these activities just like farming, herding, hunting, gathering and fishing. So all these activities the men were doing in groups. Not only that, now the village natural resources, the natural wealth like land, water and forest. So all these natural wealth were used equally by everyone there in the village. Okay, there was not any kind of discrimination. Everybody was free to use these natural wealth. After that, now during the Neolithic time, Neolithic age, now there was division of work. That means, and this division was according to the age, wisdom and the physical strength of the man. So the eldest person, the eldest man or the strongest or abled man became the leader of the village, and he made the rules and regulations that would be followed by the whole villagers. And here now the work is divided in between men and women too. So all the heavy work, it was done by men. So heavy work like hunting animals, plowing fields and herding, grazing large herd. So all these type of heavy works were done by the men, and women took care of home as well as of children. So these women and old people, they were also doing some light agricultural tasks such as sowing of seeds, harvesting of crops and grazing the small herds of animals and protecting the crops from pests like birds. So all these light work done by the women and the old people. So there was some work that were done together by men and women. So the work like pot making, weaving, and you can say the making of tools, weapons and ornaments. So all these were the work that were done together by men and women. So this was about their community life. So here the next topic is religion. So during the Neolithic age, man worshipped nature. Nature here means like water, fire, rain, thunder. So not only that, he also worshipped the sun, the earth, the stars. So all these things he was worshipping. And not only these, but he was worshipping cow in thankfulness for providing so many important objects, important things. And he also worshipped snake, as he frightened from snake. That's why he kept on worshipping snakes. So here the next topic is disposable of the dead. So during the Neolithic age, at that time, man used to bury the dead people. So when he buried the dead people, he also used to mark those places where he just made the burials. So for marking the places, he just used the rectangular huge stones and put those stones on the burials, kept those stones on the burials, and these stones were called megaliths. Mega means big and liths means stone. So as these stones were very big in size and of rectangular in shape, so that's why these stones are known as megaliths. So during the Neolithic time, when the dead were buried, during that time when man buried the dead, he buried all the objects that man used during his lifetime. So all that object also he buried along with the dead body. So in this way he believed, that time man believed life after death. So he believed that the dead man is going to use all these things when he would go in the next world. So that's why he used to bury all these things along with the dead. So at that time cremation was also practiced. Cremation means burning of the dead bodies. So some of the people, they were burning the dead bodies. So next topic here is Neolithic settlement in Indian subcontinent. So this is our last topic, Neolithic settlement in Indian subcontinent. So in Indian subcontinent, the Neolithic sites, these sites are mainly found in Mehergarh near the Bolan Pass in Pakistan, as well as Burjahom in Jammu and Kashmir, and Daujali heading in Assam. So these were the places, these were the sites that are found in Indian, these were the settlements that were found in Indian subcontinents. So you can say in Mehergarh, here near the Bolan Pass, the houses that were made here in this settlement, these houses were rectangular in shape. Okay, and these houses were made of mud or mud bricks, and there were several rooms in these houses. Okay, and some of the houses that were found here, these were the pit houses. Pit houses means you can say the underground houses, and the steps were there that led to the house. Okay, so they made the steps that led to the house, and these houses were having the thatched roofs also. So these were the underground houses known as pit houses, and having the thatched roof, and the steps were there, and these steps leading to the house. Okay, so these type of houses were there. So today I explained you the remaining part of the Neolithic Age. Now this chapter is over. In this chapter we learned about the Mesolithic Age and the Neolithic Age. In our previous chapter we learned about the Paleolithic Age. Now we have already learned about the Stone Age. Okay, now the Stone Age is over. We have completed all the 3 periods of Stone Age, that is Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age and the Neolithic Age. So this is enough for today. So thank you and have a nice day.